Happy Monday, everybody. Gosh, we sure missed y'all. Thanks so much for coming back to Undisputed today. I'm Jen Hale. That is Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Hi, guys. How are we?
Great. Better than somebody else I know, the team in the basement. How many games in a row they lost?
Somebody across from me is in big trouble today because I was not allowed to argue sports for an entire week, and I'm about to explode and unleash on the man across from me.
Explode on the Clippers.
Yeah.
176 points, Skip, on the second night of a back-to-back.
Okay, well, that was the previous game.
Okay, what about last night?
Well, they took Denver all the way to overtime, and then they hit the wall.
Skip.
But I think we're going to talk about this other L.A. team because guess what? The parade has been scheduled, and you are the parade master. It's tomorrow.
Oh,
it's tomorrow in L.A.
Now this man, y'all hear of America?
Yeah,
He said they took the Nuggets to overtime.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. They're the best team in the West, and they got the runaway MVP.
Say it again.
Except for the guy in Philadelphia.
The guy that lost again?
Yeah.
The JT?
Yeah, the guy who made a 70-foot shot that should have won the game.
If you make a shot after the buzzer, it doesn't count. Man, you keep changing the rules for
Let's
Jordan.
do this, gentlemen. Let's do this. I don't know. Lakers fans might be building the Jared Vanderbilt statue right now
we got
as
one
we
coming.
speak.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked. Yesterday, the Lakers guys completed the biggest comeback this season. 111-108. Big W over the Dallas Mavericks. LA was down 27 with just over 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Anthony Davis had a game-high 30 points. LeBron, who finished playing the game despite suffering a foot injury, he added 26. Shannon, did yesterday's comeback show you the Lakers actually, yes, are capable of winning this whole thing?
No, that didn't show me. They won 3 games in a row and they played well, but I saw LeBron hobble. LeBron James is not the same player prior to this injuries as he was before it. I think everybody sees that. They see he's getting up. Guys are blocking LeBron's shot and he's going to the rim that wouldn't even attempt to block LeBron James' shot. Look, I don't believe they beat a contending team. I think the Mavericks are very good. They have 2 outstanding players. They don't defend the basketball, and that's how the Lakers were able to get back into the game, is because they don't defend. And so when you start jacking up shots or you miss those 3-point shots that was going down early, and then all of a sudden you have a 27-point lead, you take those ill-advised shots and you let the team get back in because you don't play on the defensive end. And you hear D-Ham talk about that. Hey, make them guard. Let's see if they can guard without fouling. Well, they couldn't. They put them on the line. The Lakers made some free throws and got themselves back into the ball game. But I'm looking at LeBron, Skip, and I think everybody can see he's hobbled. He doesn't have the same explosiveness. And I noticed it that night when he broke the record against the OKC Thunder. Every time he came out of the game, he took that shoe off. He's continued to do that. They have the Theragun, and they're working on the bottom of that foot. It looks like the arch. It doesn't look like the ankle to me. It looks like the arch. Something is going on with the bottom of his foot, which is causing him to hobble. And then you watched him after the game. That does not look like a man that's 100%. So they cannot contend for a title with LeBron being less than 90%. Anthony Davis was a monster yesterday. That's the AD that I need to see. 30 and 15. Jared Vanderbilt played great defense on Luka Doncic. Challenged everything. Jumped out in the passing lanes. 15 points, 17 rebounds, 4 or 5 steals. You could live with that. But I'm not about to all of a sudden say, okay, I got my playoff tickets already lined up, because I don't believe that. I'm going to need to see more, and I'm not going to know. I need to see LeBron James' health over the next month. Because what they got, 22 games, 22 games, 21, 22 games?
2 left now after yesterday.
22 games left. I need to see LeBron. It's just hard considering the way he was hobbled yesterday, and to watch him leave that stadium. Man, it's just hard to see that LeBron is going to be able to play every single game moving forward. So, no, I do not believe, as of right now, with LeBron James' help, they can win it all.
I'm shocked by that. You did predict going into the All-Star break that over their final 23 games post-break, they would go 16-7 was your prediction. And I upped you one on that. I went 17-6, and I am standing by 17-6. And LeBron James felt healthy enough, empowered enough, emboldened enough that coming out of the break, he called the last 23 games the most important of any 23 he's ever played in the regular season.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, then he thinks he's pretty good, because I don't think he's going to make a statement like that if he thinks he's handicapped.
No, Skip. He said these are the most important because he can't make the playoff if they're not important.
Well, that's a fact.
Okay.
But again, I think he's playing from a position of strength, and I can't get it straight. I hear on the ESPN telecast it's his hand, then it's his foot, then it's his hand, it's his foot, it's his ankle, or it's his underfoot. I don't know which one it is. I guess he's just beat all to hell.
Well, you saw in the All-Star game, he tried to block a shot, and he went up there and he jammed his finger in the rim.
Since we haven't been on for a week, I got to address that. Can you please explain how your man LeBron James in an all-star game was trying to chase down block players in a game in which nobody plays defense and everybody going to the rim thinks that they're pretty much uncontested going to the rim?
Yeah.
Because it's a complete ambush in an all-star game to come from nowhere and swat a ball on a game in which nobody is even thinking about playing defense. And then maybe the basketball gods got even with him for those ambush blocks in an all-star game because he got his hand stuck up in the net and he hurt his right hand shooting finger and didn't play the second half.
Right.
Although it didn't seem to be a big issue coming out of all-star break because the Lakers didn't list it on the injury report or make it a big deal.
Right.
Okay, so now in the 2 games he has played since the break, he has shot the ball by his all-time leading scorer standards. I would have to say poorly.
No, by anybody's standards, they're poor.
Because it's 15 of 43. That's 35% just from the floor.
Correct.
This is LeBron freaking James, right?
Yes.
Okay, from 3 so far, with the 1 of 6 yesterday, he's 3 of 12 from 3, which is 25% coming out of in the 2 games since the All-Star break. That's 30.8% for the season. It's just not very good because it ranks 143rd in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's near the bottom, 143 out of 149 qualified three-point shooters. Okay, so I will give you that, but I don't know that that's being attributed to his hand injury or his foot injury because even after he tweaked his foot, and he did tweak it, and weirdly, he yelled, "I heard something pop." You could hear it on the mic on ABC National, right?
Right.
And Darvin Ham said after the game, I don't know anything about anything popping. Nobody told me about anything popping. And Darvin just said, he's good to go. As far as I know, he's good to go.
Right.
So I don't know what to make of that because even after he heard something pop, he stayed in the game.
Correct.
And he played not just well, he played great. He scored 11 more points after something popped in his foot. Well, I don't know what to make of it except I really like the way your team played yesterday, and I like the way it played against Golden State.
I love the effort in which they're playing with.
Okay,
because what we've seen before, Skip, they get down 27, and it's over.
It's over. What is the biggest difference? We're about to get to this when it comes to what used to be my Clippers that you took a shot at the game. Now, we're stuck with Russ because you got out from under Russell Westbrook.
Yo, Joe, you picked him up.
I didn't. I argued against it. I told you last week while we were still on the air when it first came up that Paul George was actually campaigning for Russell Westbrook. I said that is a disastrous move. You cannot make it, and they made it.
Yep.
And we're about to talk about what happened last night because he was not allowed to play over the whole final quarter and the whole overtime and really the last minute and a half of the third quarter. And now, guess what? Ty Lue has the problem that Darvin Ham used to have. It's the Russ problem.
That might be why you lost.
Okay, it might be. You could make that case and we'll flip it around, but we'll get to that in a moment. But the point is, the cloud has been lifted off your team. And I do believe that Rob Pelinka should be in the running for Executive of the Year because I like every little piece that he picked up because they equal one big piece to the puzzle.
Right.
Because Jared Vanderbilt can defend at the highest level. And he was sort of lost in the shadows in Minnesota and Utah. I didn't know he could play defense like this, but he can play at the highest level.
By Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Okay. And D'Angelo tweaked his ankle or turned his ankle, so he wasn't there yesterday.
Right.
But the point is, I like the pickup. I like Malik Beasley shooting threes.
Yep.
I like Hachimura. I like everything. I like Mo Bamba. I like everything you did, but mostly I like the fact that you don't have a Russ problem, and I think to some degree a Pat Bev problem because he is problem maybe not for the team but for the coach. He just is difficult. He's a handful to coach, especially coupled with Russell Westbrook. Okay. So my point is, I do like your team to finish 17-6. Obviously, if LeBron is flat out hurt, then you're done. You're
exactly.
But your man AD, Yesterday, it stood for all day because he was just all day for Dallas.
And you saw, Skip, he got the mismatch on Luka. They got it to him, and he hit the turnaround.
Well, I think we got that play because this was the key shot of the game, and I don't think Luka tried very hard.
Well, he did. He was all both ends of the court, blocking shots. He was unbelievable.
Got the AD shot at the end of the game. This is 18 seconds left. We're still doing some LeBron. Here it is.
This is it right here. He got the switch he wanted.
Kick it. And it's Luka, and he doesn't really give a whole lot of effort there. And AD makes a fall away baseline
He says, I'm a bucket.
Shot.
Yep. He says, I'm a mofo bucket.
Yep. And
he was.
And that was it.
And he is.
Okay. So I'm going to give you all your props because I love the way you came from 27 down. It's hard to do.
Anybody else do that this year?
It's hard to do on the road. It's hard to do at Dallas, except if Dallas has Kyrie trying to couple Kyrie with Luka. I first guessed it. I'm going to second guess it and third and fourth guess it. It will not
Skip, they only played a handful of games.
Will not work. They have now played together for 4 total games. They've won 1, and it was against what used to be my San Antonio Spurs, a game in which Luka did not play in the fourth quarter. But have you looked at the stats of these two playing together in the late game? Have you looked at what's been happening when they play together? It is horrendous because Luka is pouting. When they play together in fourth quarters and overtime, that's actually 3 of the games they've actually played together.